Hello, traveler. Welcome to Signal Jammer.
Previously on Signal Jammer, our adventurers journey into the mining tunnels of Grendal Station, repairing a bridge along the way, and discover caves full of colorful audioreactive lichens and snails with preternaturally long necks and faces like masks. Soon they encounter larger snails that have the ability to turn into ethereal, ghost-like creatures, and we rejoin the group just as they have finished dispatching these masked mollusks.
So you're just sitting there, having a little rest.
Yeah, a little breather.
Spending your resolve points to get back some stamina.
Well, I guess we solved the mystery. There weren't any ghosts after all.
He just turns around and leaves.
Well, technically there still could be ghosts.
Yeah, true. Further on, could be ghosts.
Did Sedona's equipment change when they turned into spirits? Did it
No.
ding anything on that? Okay.
Nothing happened.
I mean, it did seem to have a slightly spectral form. At least just a little.
Yeah, they were real weird triangles.
Yeah, I didn't like them. Not one bit.
You definitely, they were incorporeal, so it was a good thing you had your entropic strike. That was handy.
Thanks.
Because you fucking cut that thing in half. I was wary about bringing incorporeal creatures against the level 1 crew, but you guys did a good job.
Yeah, we all had something for it.
Yeah. You're gamers. I appreciate that about you.
I felt comfortable getting only analog weapons because I knew I had the
Right.
entropic strike to help cover the difference.
Mitigate that.
I was gonna say acoustic. That was the word I was gonna say.
I
That's true,
often
too.
jump to acoustic as well.
Yeah.
Stick weapons.
So there is one clear way forward. There are a few dead mollusks on the ground, but you've rested up. What would you like to do?
If a person wanted to harvest parts from the mollusk, what skill would that be again? I know we've asked this previously. Survival, right?
Survival, yeah.
Can I roll survival to see if I can get any interesting items? Not items,
Materials.
materials.
Mollusk?
Yeah.
Mollusk
I don't
goop?
know. It's one of those
Yeah,
things where it's Tahira isn't the most intellectually inclined, but she is to a certain degree a survivalist, and having that hands-on knowledge of their physiology can help potentially provide insights into what they are, if not to Tahira, then to those who are a little more intellectually inclined. And by that I mean has a positive number in their intellect.
Sure.
So yeah, I'd like to roll a survival. I have a +4 to that. Does anybody have better? Or am I the best?
And anyone that would also like to take part in this science experiment can aid as well.
Is that a trained skill?
It is not.
I'll at least attempt to aid. I only have a 1.
I have a +0, but I'll also try to help.
Yeah, nothing happens if you don't.
I help.
Hey,
I guess I'll help too.
you're all just standing over Tahira as she begins to take this thing apart.
I haven't rolled yet.
Yeah, these are all just helping
Oh,
to varying degrees.
that's right.
I would love to hear how each of your help is reflected by your rolls.
I would say, I was about to say Sigi's is essentially that he does manage not to step on any of them. But that's,
Help himself to get out of the way.
there's not any help happening, yeah, but he doesn't actually actively hinder. Yeah.
And what's the threshold for the help to add a positive modifier to my roll?
10.
10? Okay.
You're grabbing +4 on this as well. +2 for each aid.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I
+2
think-
for an aid? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That Cloudy doesn't try to help, but stands too close, so Tahira starts passing Cloudy stuff to hold.
Some of it is goopy.
It is goopy, and I hate it. Yes.
Hoyt is trained in medicine, so I don't know if there's. I don't know. I guess I like to think like he's pointing out things that could be of use, or like I don't know, or things that I'm not sure.
You've dissected a mollusk before.
I really like the idea of Hoyt being a guiding eye, where Tahira has the practiced hands.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, I'm rolling my
Just gotta-
survival now. It will have an additional +4 to what the roller offers. That is a 15 +4 for 19 total.
Beautiful. So the things that you grasp about the physiology of this creature, there are 3 distinct materials you're working with here. You got its shell, hard, dunk dunk. I mean, it's not metal, but a calcium kind of shell.
Standard.
Its body, yeah, also standard, goopy snail body. And however, its face is very cartilaginous in order to keep that shape. So the 2 harvestable things really here would be its little mask. And again, it's not little, it's about probably diagonally, it's probably about 14 inches.
Damn.
Yeah, because these things are the size of like a large dog. The shell is also pretty freaking big. It stands about 3 feet from the ground. I don't even know how much that thing would weigh. I mean, that's probably a huge portion of what it weighs. And what do I have its weight at?
Weigh that snail.
100 pounds. I think a solid 60 of that is shell.
I guess logistics question would be, do we have the ability to take these items with us?
Maybe the faces.
Or do we want to maybe leave them here and grab them on our way out?
Faces are such a creepy thing to. You gonna put it in your backpack? Like, what are you gonna do with that?
We could slow cook it. I
Oh,
don't know.
Make
No,
escargot.
no one else was thinking. Oh, okay, just
I mean-
never mind.
Cloudy needs to be convinced.
Well, I think we need to be wary
Devin-
about eating snails off the ground because that can like cause you some real problems. But
Yeah. I mean, we need to do a few tests first, but I mean,
Also, I don't know if cartilage is necessarily something we want to be chewing on.
it's good for the skin, isn't it?
collagen.
Collagen. You're right. That's what I'm thinking of. You're right. You're right.
Okay, so you've disassembled one or several of these and stolen their faces.
That's a horrible way to phrase it.
Well, I was saying masks, and then Drew said faces. So now it's
It is their face.
what is their face? They don't
Yeah,
wear
they're not
actual
wearing
masks.
a mask.
Yeah.
not a mask. It is their face. I was just being a little more
Horrifying?
polite about it.
I think Tahira would only have done the one unless somebody specifically said, no, we need more than one set of samples.
Well, it's not like they're full of pearls. Like, they don't have anything useful on them. Let's just go. The masks are
Alright.
kind of interesting. Do you think they have any worth? Like,
Tahira just kind of shrugs. Something is worth something to somebody. Everything is worth something to somebody. That would have been the better way to say it the first time.
if if you think about it like that, then you just pick up everything. Can't live like that.
Don't you? Says the
What?
person who brought like half a dozen coats
I mean, yeah, but they're staying on the ship.
for a 3-day journey.
I don't know. And they're worth a lot to me.
You can see through the smile in her eyes, she's teasing you. This is not actual criticism.
Fine. Fine. Point taken then.
Well, shall we carry on then?
No way but forward.
Which way is forward? Looks around this like labyrinthian room.
Yeah, to the northeast. You have to go across
All right.
the
West.
bridge.
Yeah, it's west.
Whatever.
Sigi flies up here and lands.
Show off.
Big thump.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, give me a ride next time.
You're already up there.
Yeah, I know. Could have stopped for me though.
That's really
Sigi being tall enough
All right.
that you're just like, pick me up. And
really
he grabs
funny.
you.
Cloudy,
All right, now fly me back.
Cloudy, come down so I can fly you up.
I like jump down off the cliff. No.
Yeah.
Break my
You're
ankle.
just like,
No, I do this all the time. That's why my acrobatic skill's so high.
You could have jumped onto me as I kind of flew up.
That's
past,
true.
You know?
Let me do an acrobatics check to have done that.
God.
Yes. 22.
That was a 9 on the die. Jesus Christ.
Also, the angle that
Good.
you did him jumping, like it would have been, I mean, like a natural 1 or something probably would have put you into that.
Yeah, I was gonna
chasm,
say
you know?
That's
that
so
easily
true.
could have killed you because
Yeah.
for the listener, there's some
There are
forever
deep
drops
chasms.
here.
Forever Drops is my favorite
Yeah.
band.
That would have been the intercept point too. Basically, it was like whenever I was like right here, you would have been coming from like
Yeah.
No,
southwest.
it just
and- yeah.
it would have been a different. You would have had to roll to save me doing a dive
Oh
Yeah.
my
down the chasm.
god, that would be the
Well, also-
funniest way for you to die.
But I have to land like within one turn. I can't like
Right.
Okay,
sustain
never
flight.
mind.
Like
You'd have just
yeah.
died with me then if you.
Yeah, I
dive
probably would have.
down.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Well.
not to like have like big death
You would have died with me.
big death hazards here in the prologue, but if you jump down a chasm to your death, I would let you die.
Yeah, I mean, if I jumped directly over a chasm, I could die, and that's part of the thrill.
That's part of the thrill. That's right.
That's role playing, baby.
That's right. That's why we do this shit.
Thankfully, that didn't happen.
All of this is imaginary.
No, Cloudy agilely did a sweet jump.
Onto the
Let's
back.
go.
Yes.
Yeah, we walked down the hall.
And they walk on down the hall. As you continue down the hallway, the glowing lichen, it spirals on the walls. The further you go, the more the walls take on a sort of worked stone sort of look. The edges are smoothing out until it becomes an almost perfectly smooth like cylinder. And in this cylindrical section, these spirals of lichen, which again are sound reactive, they're pulsing with all of your steps. They're swirling like above your head and below your feet, creating this like kind of trippy vortex sensation. And then it opens up into another large cavern. The first thing that's noticeable in this cavern is on the ceiling, there is more of this lichen. And where before you could have referred to these lichen spirals and things as like a design, on the ceiling of this room, this is a work of art that you're looking at. This is very clearly intentionally done. And again, this is a very smoothed out, worked stone kind of room. And there is a perfect dome. And what it looks like is there's a guy on TikTok that I see every now and then who he has like a art studio where he has like a 6 by 6 foot by 6 foot canvas, and he pokes a hole in the bottom of a paint can and hangs it from a pendulum and just lets it swing, and it creates these concentric circles that once
It's a spirograph.
Yeah.
They are also just called pendulum paintings.
But
The
like
paintings
the concentric
themselves.
circle
Yeah.
like pattern that you're talking about is called a spirograph.
Yes, exactly. So it is that. It's a spirographic in nature. Yeah, where those concentric circles kind of make this composite. For the first time also, in this room, the lichen is multicolored. It's not like bright, really contrasting colors, but you can see there is a difference between some of these swirls. So that's very beautiful. What isn't beautiful, though, is on the far wall across from you, there is, the one exit to this room. But right to the right of that, there are 5 humanoid people who they're gooped to the wall. They're completely covered head to toe. Their eyes are uncovered, but otherwise completely gooped to this wall.
What color is this goop? Is it like clear?
It is like grayish green. It is a little bit
but transparent enough to see them in a. Like,
yeah. And yes, yeah.
What does it smell like in here?
I think it mostly smells like a.
Don't say like goop.
We all know what goop smells
Yeah.
like, and that's what it smells like. No, it mostly has a kind of nondescript, dank cavern kind of smell.
Kind of like a mildew type.
Yeah, a little bit.
So this room doesn't smell any different than the other caverns we've been in, really. It's just kind of a mildewy cavern smell.
Exactly.
Like, if
Yep.
anything. Like, okay.
But the goop.
wet.
Does the goop? The goop doesn't have a smell.
I don't know if we've gotten close enough to the goop to sniff it.
No,
True.
yeah, no one's gotten up to the goop yet.
I do not intend to go close. to
It
the
looks
goop.
like it smells like goop.
I'll get close to the goop.
Visually speaking, before anybody moves, is the goop in any way reminiscent to the snails and or their insides that we just fought?
They must certainly.
Yes.
Okay. So I think
The goop that you found basically from their trails, this is it stands to reason you could imagine this as a kind of hardened version of that. Not like hardened like knock knock knock, but like
more congealed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Tahira makes a thoughtful but concerned little hum noise, and she says, I wonder if there are still even bigger snails to worry about.
Good point.
We should be wary.
How big is this room, and like how far away are we from these goop covered gentlemen?
about 30 by 30 wide and a very tall, like 40-foot tall ceiling.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Cloudy melts into the shadows.
Dev just, without any warning, rolled a sneak check and got a nat 20 for a total of a 30 fucking 1.
So Cloudy like Homer Simpsons into the wall, basically. Yes. Who is approaching the gooped people?
Hoyt will.
I will as well.
Hoyt.
Tahira doesn't think we should ungroup, so yes, as well, but towards the back, because fuck the goop. But don't fuck the goop. Just don't touch the goop.
I'm gonna get my hands so goopy.
Why are we like this?
So I need a survival check from everybody. I guess excluding Cloudy, since Cloudy's playing shadow games.
I mean, I'll do a survival check if it's like to observe and to see the dangers in the environment, please.
Hoyt got a 20.
Oh, not very good.
Very glad that Hoyt got that 20, because what you're kind of looking at it, maybe you give it a little bit of a poke to understand its viscosity, and you realize that if you were to try to take a strength-based approach to this, you could just like rip this guy's face off. It's very adhesive. It's going to take some careful working to get this off of his face, of any of their faces. But yes, you did basically save a life by making that survival check.
Gotta be careful, the scoop. It's on him pretty tight. We can't just yank him out.
Can I make a life science, or maybe some kind of
Got a
something like life science?
medicine.
Or that was the other thing I was going to suggest. You could try that, and I could try life science to see if there's anything we can think of that would, like something we know of that might dissolve this
Yeah.
without, like, you know, like you know how like salt, like does stuff to
We'll kill a snail, like fry it.
Yeah, like snails and I don't know.
Can I humbly request that you load the map where we are?
If there is a map to load.
There's not a map for this page.
There's not a map. Okay, never mind
So
then.
we're probably not fighting snails in here or anything.
All right.
Spoiler alert.
No big snail fight.
Not in here, at least.
I got 13 on a medicine check. I'm not sure if that would tell me anything.
So the life science check was to attempt to see what could dissolve this sort of.
That was my thinking.
And then what was the medicine check for? A similar kind of thought?
If there's any sort of like, I don't know, medical precedent or like what you do if someone is like.
Well, it's funny you say.
If there's adhesive.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
It's
Somebody
funny you
got
say
gooped right
that
in the
because,
face.
like, I forgot for a moment, but you know, we're in Starfinder universe. There are hundreds of species of aliens, and so there's precedent for other sapient mollusks who have similar kind of materials. one would think. Unfortunately, I don't think either of those checks were quite good enough. So
Yeah, we kind of rolled like shit. So
Fair
yeah.
enough. Fair enough. I guess I'm assuming, but can I check to see? Does it appear that they're all at least alive?
oh yeah, you can see that they're all breathing. Like you can see the rise and fall of
Okay.
their.
Is this just something that's just going to be like slow moving of like slowly getting like goop removed? Like, is the goop removable? It's just like a slow process of removing
You just
it.
have to kind of slowly cut them out of it. Yeah.
Okay.
If you try to make a strength check, you're gonna do some damage to. But if
Okay.
you use an implement, do sleight of hand or something, then you know.
Why don't we carefully carve the covering of this man's face so we can have a conversation before we start removing them entirely?
All right. I'll step out of the shadows.
Mm.
So I would like to offer my sleight of hand check to cut the goop off, but I also did get a nat 1 on that survival check. So I'm not sure how that will impact my attempt to cut off the goop.
It won't because that was just like
yeah,
imagining Hoyt
filled us
told
in.
you. Yeah.
Well, Hoyt did say aloud that we shouldn't take it
True.
off too quickly, I think.
Well, do you think we should work together?
Yeah, absolutely. If you got steady hands, you could probably easily get, well, at least more efficiently get them out than I.
I mean, do we care about these guys? I look at them. What do they matter?
Yes!
Like, we're trying to.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, they're important.
Yes, Cloudy. That's the entire mission. Sort of here is.
These are the ones we know
Yeah.
for sure. They're covered in
Well,
goop, though.
I mean,
They could be anyone.
Who else would it be? It's either going to be the security people that were sent in after the miners or the miners themselves.
No, the miners all made it out.
All of them?
Yeah, the miners all made it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the investigative team that.
Right, okay.
Does somebody have a nice sharp knife or something?
Tahira, like, it just shifts a little and you hear the clank of all of the weapons that she carries.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, I have a few.
I have my hygiene kit with like a couple little scissors, but I don't think they're big enough.
Yeah, Tahira would pull out a knife.
Excellent.
You have small scissors.
What? Yeah, I have my hygiene kit. It's got a bunch of little grooming stuff.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do a little knife trick with it and try to sleight of hand. Ooh, 27. That is
Beautiful.
Pretty good.
19 on the die, hell yeah.
You very deftly, like, it's one of those things where imagine you've been gooped to a wall, right?
Yeah, I'm imagining that quite easily.
close your eyes.
No, I don't need to.
Yeah.
Expected
Oof,
context
I need to
for
calm
this.
down. It is a little warm in here.
No,
Please stop saying goop to the wall because it is doing something for me.
Okay, we're backing up from that. But there,
Mhm.
well, Drew, calm down for a second while I describe.
I'm trying to.
The fact that if that were to happen to you, there would be some air bubbles, right? You wouldn't be like completely vacuum sealed to the, like there would be. There's a little bit of give in there, and so Cloudy is able to sense where those air bubbles are and start there, so he can get a nice big cut. And
Yeah,
then
I just
start-
I tap my little claws on them, just like tap 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 tap,
yeah,
and find
Until
a nice
you've-
little hollow spot, and then I
yeah, where it goes bloop.
drive the knife into it and pry
You
it off
sta-
just a
you
little
stab-
bit, just a
Yeah.
little bit, and
Just
start
kidding.
prying.
Yeah. Until eventually there is half elf. Looks to be about 19 years old. He's like looking at you with these crazy big eyes, and then you very gently like peel off the last part that's over his nose and mouth.
And he goes,
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. And he goes, oh, God.
"Hey, how you feeling?"
Fuck, and he starts like panicking more now.
I tap
but
tap
he's-
him on his head.
Okay, Bad. What do you want me to say?
We're here to help you out. Just like chill out.
And he's like, his eyes kind of start crossing for a second.
What the fuck?
He's like, is anyone else feeling a little woo?
Oh.
Tahira reaches over and puts the thing in his mouth. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
So he makes a Darth Vader noise, and he's like, "Oh, okay, you're here to rescue us. Wonderful. I mean, I assume.
That is why we are here, yes.
Okay.
What happened?
Well, we're coming in here. As we walked in, we were attacked by these big snail-looking things, and like he looks around, and you can see like on the walls in here there are like the small version of them. There are some of those also just kind of around. He's like, no doubt seen them by this point, but there were big ones, and they attacked us, and then we took a few of them out, and then more of them overwhelmed us. They
How many?
turned into, I don't know, we took down I don't know, probably a handful or so, but more came, and we were
So imprecise. How many were there total though that like overwhelmed you? We killed like what, like 6 of them?
5, I think.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'd call
well-
that a handful, to be honest. That's almost exactly a handful. 5?
Oh, well, but I mean, it was hard to tell exactly how many of them there were by the time we were overwhelmed, because some of them seemed to like turn into the specters or something. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. But you said
Yeah.
you've
Sorry,
fought.
some
fought
of them
them?
turned into these triangles.
Yeah.
I fully expected that to be what you were going to say.
Yeah.
These weird floating translucent triangles.
That's the best way I can describe them. Just as
The
triangles.
only way I could describe it is
Just triangles.
Are you aware of what a triangle is?
They're just like really low poly ghosts when they transform.
Is that the one with 4 corners?
Ben, I hope you're ready for us to ask how triangle-y is everything we encounter moving forward.
for the rest of time.
For the rest
Yeah.
of the fucking campaign, even if
That's
we like
fine.
swap genres and systems, it will be the question. It's your
Yeah,
first.
that's
bit.
fine.
I hope you're
That's
excited.
fine. That's fine.
So I tap him on the head a little bit more. I'm just like kind of thinking and tapping him on the head.
There were so many, and they turn into these triangles.
What were the biggest ones? You said they were like really big. Ours were like 100 pounds, like dog size, I guess, like big dog size.
About the same, but when they got bigger, when they, you know,
Yeah,
The-
yeah,
the-
they did.
the scary ghosty ones were bigger.
What is your name?
Gran.
Graham. It is nice to meet you, Graham.
How many more people are there?
Well, he kind of like laboriously turns his head, which I can't do while I'm talking into a microphone. He's like,
It's an audio medium, Ben. You don't have to pantomime.
True, just describe it.
it's hard not to.
What, you
Um,
don't tilt the controller when you're turning
Well,
in a racing
I'm not saying that I
game?
don't.
Dan?
I'm not saying that I don't.
No.
Well, not really, but no, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yes, in the thrilling world of
If I'm-
RPGs.
I do move
you
my
need to be
head to
locked
like
in.
peek in shooters, which is like, you know, probably even dumber. You know,
I do
like,
that
yeah,
too,
like when you're like
yeah.
kind of moving.
That's
If I
fucking
get
cute.
surprised as well, yeah, I'll straight up like snap my head to the side where the computer monitor just isn't.
Yeah.
It isn't there. Anyways, well, there are 6 of us total. There's
I guess my question, just real quick here, just is that accounting? Basically, are they all gooped to the wall here, or if he says there's 6?
there are 6
Okay.
goop spots on the wall. 5 of them are filled, and 1 of them is no longer
Oh,
filled.
so there's someone missing. Okay.
There's a person missing.
Huh.
And that's what he says. He says, "I could barely see through the goop, but they took one of us. I can only imagine it was Gabriel.
Who is they? Or what is they?
It was more of these snails.
Why would you imagine it was a specific person if they are just snails?
Yeah, like who's Gabriel? Why do they want him so bad?
Well, he's our leader. It's the only thing that makes sense. Or
Tahira tilts her head slightly, which is greatly emphasized because of how tall it is.
Well, it probably is just happenstance this guy got taken, but this guy believes
Yeah.
stupidly that it's because he was the leader.
The snails
Yeah.
are hierarchical. They understand.
Can we put the goop back on this guy's face? He's annoying. I'm kidding.
Well, should we leave you here like this until we get back, or do you want us to spend the time to cut you down? Or should we go save Gabriel? I'm gonna give you the chance. I don't really have time to cut everybody out, so you can decide.
Okay, what if you cut me out and leave me with a blade, and I'll cut everybody else out. You guys can do whatever you're gonna do.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, let's go.
Are you good enough with a blade that you'd be able to do so without rendering the flesh of your brethren from them?
I would take my time to the effect that it'll be fine. I'm not gonna.
You don't seem very confident in this.
He's gonna take 20 on that.
Well, would you be in these search?
Yes, I would be.
He obviously bobbles his head and rolls his eyes. He's like, "Well, maybe you get up here on the wall then."
Oh, you are so young. Okay.
That totally fine. Whatever. You know what? I'm gonna stop yelling at you
Shut
so you
up!
cut me down.
Yeah.
You're not
This
my
is
mom. God.
All right. Well, Cloudy will continue to cut him down then.
Tahira keeps active watch, in the room and the tunnels beyond, just keeping an eye and an ear out for anything that might be approaching, so that
And-
Cloudy can take his time.
Do you want me to roll another sleight of hand, or can my 27 still ride?
I think you can finish the job with your 27. It's fine. So you do that. It takes you a solid 10 minutes or so, but that's it. You got 27. You get this guy down pretty fast. Yeah, I imagine.
I give him the
you
knife and I say, "I made it look easy," and then we walk off.
There is one exit to this room, and it is another cylindrical tunnel
Is it
that
like
is.
a teleporter? Like, what is this thing?
I was gonna ask, I don't know if we asked last time, if it was present last time, or if this perfectly cylindrical tunnel is a new thing, but is there anything we could potentially roll to determine if this is a naturally occurring shape, or if this has been carved out by something very large that may or may not be the size of an Alaskan bullworm?
Ooh.
Let's talk about life science check.
Life science?
Yes,
I'm no
life
help
science.
there. I can't do
Life
that.
science
I'm
is
not
my
trained.
Speciality.
My speciality.
This would not relate to botany though, right? Or would it?
No, it would this time. No.
Cave systems.
Wow. Yep.
21,
So pretty good.
good.
Nice.
You connect the dot here.
Okay.
Couple of dots are connecting. You remember the bridge and how it was severed. Well, around the points where it was severed, there was goop. As you continue on, you see these small versions of these mollusks just kind of around on the walls and such. It stands to reason they, over time, probably have the capacity to work stone with their
Okay.
goop.
So these guys would
Interesting.
eventually be disintegrated in the goop. Is that?
Slow mo. They maybe are filled with
Is it like a
eggs, who
digestive
knows?
process too? At the same time, they're going to melt these guys and then be able to
So
slurp up the
so no.
Okay.
Well, no. It's the answer is just no there.
Mm-hmm.
No, you know what? You
Mineral.
were there. You were there 15 minutes ago. These are different. It feels like they're different materials.
Okay, so they're using a different type of these things seem to probably have some kind of intelligence. Then am I wrong in that if they're using a different thing they captured these guys basically? Then right? I mean,
Maybe they
Yeah.
did recognize a leader.
yeah. I mean,
And
actually,
picked out Gabriel
yeah.
by choice. That's wild, actually.
I mean, that's possible, but we also have to think about animals in our world. We had a whole conversation. I think it was this group, I don't know, about, is it the shrike, the bird that stabs its prey onto pointy things to kill it?
That rocks.
And it's like, it's to a point where like the anti-pigeon stuff that they would put in cities, they will use that.
Oh
Like,
my god.
animals
Whoa.
have these like natural instincts that seem extremely complicated and could potentially be misconstrued as a certain elevated intelligence or sapience
right.
that might not be present. It could just be instinct that they know to spit goop A to capture prey,
Mhm.
but goop B is used for breaking down material.
That's true.
That's a fair point.
Though that doesn't mean it's not intelligence.
I mean, I don't know. We killed them so fast. We didn't get a
We
chance
didn't
to
talk
ask
to
them
them,
any
but
of
I
these
don't think we can
things.
communicate with them, unfortunately. So that's neither here nor there. Ultimately, let's go try to save Gabriel. But I do
Yeah,
explain
let's
that
go.
it does seem that these tunnels were created by the mollusks. I think it's the same process that destroyed that bridge. They've got some sort of similar to the slime they used to spend those poor mercenaries. They've got something that can, frankly, dissolve rock and metal.
As you're speaking and you're walking down this hallway, you hear a disembodied voice fill your mind.
Uh-oh.
All of you. It says, "You there. Please halt."
Y'all
To
stop.
hear what's
Yeah,
is the equipment on Hoyt doing anything?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
How is it that you've made it here? The voice says.
Do we speak aloud or in our brains? Tahira asks aloud.
Well, the voice says either is fine.
No, I will choose to speak aloud then. I'm not one for private conversations while I'm in the group.
Yeah. Yeah, we wouldn't want to be rude talking to a ghost? Question mark, question mark, question mark?
We got here. You ask us how we got here. Well, we mostly walked. I flew a little.
Yeah.
We had to
There was,
repair
like, a
that
train
bridge
at one
that
point.
was destroyed. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
of course. Yeah, we did take a train, part way. I mean, but I guess we took a spaceship to this planet.
Yeah, if you want to like really get into it.
I'm unaware of several of those words. But how did you make it? Did you make it past my guards?
Whoa.
Your guards.
The creatures with the masks on their faces that turn into triangular apparitions.
Ah, the very same.
Yeah.
Yes,
Unfortunately.
we were forced to use violence there.
So my guards have been slain. Okay. First thing you hear out loud, this sound like a very suctiony kind of
Ugh.
sound,
Ew.
and see a kind of faint glow in front of you. And then slowly coming into view is another of these mollusks. This time, it is not triangular in any fashion.
It's square.
It is square. That's correct. It is a rhombus.
It is two triangles kissing.
Mwah.
Otherwise known as a quadrilateral.
No, it is one of those things. However, it is huge. It is 7 foot tall at the
Whoa.
shell, and you can see the remnants of it having cast a spell.
Mm.
What the hell does that mean, remnants? This is when I should have done my stealth check.
You see the end of the sort of glow of the visual component of a spell being cast. In fact, Sedona will try to give that a mysticism.
Oh, yeah.
She's the only one who can do
Watching
that,
through
right?
the-
For true.
I do not have mysticism.
I think I can do mysticism if it's, well, I can roll something instead of mysticism if it is about undead specifically, I think.
Sedona whispering as if she's like nervous, and there she goes, "It just detected your alignments." And
Okay.
Why do you know that?
I need to know.
She casts, basically, she does spellcraft check, like a Pathfinder
Yeah.
version, a mysticism check to determine what spell had just been
Yeah.
cast, yeah.
I, Jackie, need to know because, like, that is such a meta thing. Alignments. You know,
Yeah, I
How
should
would
say
you-
I should
like,
phrase
how-
that differently. Yeah, I
yeah.
should. I should
Well, that
phrase it
is
differently.
also it is and it isn't, because alignment is something that ties into different spells and stuff. So you would know this person has an aura of good and law, or like if
So,
they
like, to quantify it consistently in that way,
It does seem it does sound a little
it's like
strange.
going into a D&D
I-
world and people referring to themselves as
like
fighters,
rogues,
rogues,
bards.
barbarians. Like,
yeah,
there's a
but
certain degree of understanding, but like a spellcaster can be a spellcaster. You can just call them a mage,
Yeah.
and that would apply. Like, why would they delineate?
because people have
necessarily?
different powers and people would recognize that in the society.
And that's fair, but I'm just thinking, like, in universe, Tahira specifically would not be from an educated stance to have the awareness of alignments, much
Yeah.
less be able to say what her own
Well,
is.
none of us have mysticism anyway, so yeah, that's not a thing that any of us thinks much about.
So he does that. Well, it's and then there's the glow as he comes into vision. Again, at the shell, he's 7 feet tall. He's taking up almost all of the hallway in front of you. And he says, "Well, you are clearly not evil, so I assume that you slew my guards without malice."
I've really not got a malicious bone in my gigantic dragon body.
For what reason are you here?
It is of mixed intent. We are, for one reason, searching for what has led the miners to stop. For another reason, we are rescuing those who have investigated further after. But ultimately, none of us here desire you or your people any particular harm.
Miss... The one who came before you. One of the ones who came before you. Well, he is evil, and clearly did so with malice, slaying my guards, that is.
Do you speak of Gabriel?
He has revealed his name to be such. Yes.
Shame.
He is being held in our deliberation chamber while we discuss the punishment for his crimes.
It's very important to the people that we work for that he is returned to them. Would you be able to do that for us? We'd be willing to discuss terms of his return.
There is a deal perhaps could be struck, if you would follow me. And he turns around
I want to make a
and
like
starts...
sense yeah, I mean,
Sense
Yeah,
motive does
gliding.
and not
exist.
20 sense
That's
motive.
right.
Ooh.
Hey!
He means you no harm.
Cloudy kind of elbows Hoyt a little bit and is like, "What exactly are the terms here? Like, do we need to save this Gabriel guy? Like, is he really evil? Like, maybe."
Well, I mean, if he's alive, I imagine it'd be the right thing to at least get him out of here. But
I guess. Yeah.
frankly, ever since we rode them walrus things, I've not really understood what's been going on this entire time. I'll be honest with you, Cloudy.
Yeah.
I've just kind of gone along for the ride at this point.
Hmm. Yeah.
I don't usually laugh that high pitched. I don't know why. That got me in a certain place.
Yeah, I really didn't sign up for the part where the giant snail talked in our minds. That was pretty messed up and wild.
Well, frankly, I thought it was quite interesting. I mean, a new experience.
Don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed the ride. I just if you were to ask me to write a book report, I would not know what I'd be saying short of we rode walruses, we shot these cute foxes that I'm not allowed to wear, we built a bridge, there's snails that turn into triangles, and now there's snails that talk into our heads, and there's guys gooped to the walls. I don't understand it, but here we are. I've enjoyed it.
It's a topsy-turvy world right
I
here.
will certainly be submitting a paper to the Packworld's Botanical Society regarding this adventure. So you can read about
the upside down
my
trees, right?
Yes, among other things, the lichens.
Wild stuff here.
Now, are you coming with me.
Yes, we
Oh, I
follow.
thought we were
yeah.
walking and talking.
I guess we gotta.
Oh,
We were
Well, he
walking
was-
too slow. He was going.
yeah, he was.
Scooting
That was a dig
along.
at your pace. He's like, I may be a snail, but
Well, yeah, because we did the Star Wars thing where we walked and then we stopped and started talking somewhere, and he kept walking, and he was like, "What are you guys doing?"
Yeah.
he leads you out of this hallway, and it does eventually open up into a massive cavern.
While the group has been walking, Tahira's been like listening in on the conversation shared, but has given most of her attention to the giant snail that is leading us. It is clear that her thoughts are far away.
As you look at him, his like he's got a kind of sway to his head. It kind of comes across like he's just sort of, you know, like bopping on his little walk. He's just,
Aw.
you know, not a care in the world. Again, he leads you out of this tunnel, and you're now in a snail city. Let's just cut the bullshit. It is a massive cavern, and this place is
Glad we're finally cutting the bullshit.
well, yeah. It's been all bullshit up to this point, and we're cutting it now. You're in a cavern that is, it's a small city. It is home to, I mean, thousands of these mollusks. There are a large amount of stalagmites on the floor, all of which, well, the most of which, a large amount of them, have been carved out of, like carved hollow and turned into buildings with doors and windows and decorations. There is, of course, that sound reactive lichen in more colors than you've seen up to this point, but also lots of different types of mushrooms are also kind of lining these stalagmite houses. And the walls of the cavern are also, they've been clearly bored into, lots of just holes. And you see, I mean, a thriving little city down here.
Sigi, he gets his data pad out, and he is actually, like, as we're kind of walking through the cave, like, typing stuff up on this. And also, I would like to make take a 10 on a culture check with the intent that, well, okay, so I think that, and I could be wrong about that, Dan might be wrong about this, but I think that there are some, like, legal precedents in, like, the, you know, like, basically the Pact Worlds. If there are intelligent creatures on a planet, like they don't have exactly the Prime Directive from Star Trek, but they have something similar, right? Where they're like
Right.
legally, like if there's sentient or sapient creatures down here, then there may be some like legal precedent for basically, and this may come into like part of a deal we make with the mollusk to get the human released. Sigi is also just thinking basically like feels really guilty about killing those guards for one, and now realizing that this is like a society down here.
Are you trained in culture?
Yeah.
You don't have culture, do you?
Yeah, I have a
Oh,
I have
you do.
6 ranks in culture. Or I mean, I have 6 total in culture. So
6 ranks, my god!
yeah,
Ow!
I just want to take a 10.
I didn't tell-
for 16.
I didn't tell you guys that I gave Dan a level 6 character. And
No?
you level 1.
It was kind of the idea that yeah,
Yeah.
he's like not really sure about what the legality is, but he's just taking close like attention to like what he thinks are like the qualifiers for maybe making some kind of legal argument in these guys' favor
Right.
in the future.
And to that thought line, remind me, Ben, was
Yes.
this planet originally reported to be uninhabited by sapient beings?
Correct. Yes.
Cool. I thought
Yeah.
so, especially because that was like the thought process that you had.
That is
Dan.
what.
But
yeah,
I, Jackie,
exactly.
wanted to double check to make sure I was remembering correctly.
But yeah, you're being led through town, and none of the mollusks are hostile towards you, but they're keeping their distance about. But like they're kind of like cocking their heads as you walk by. And now that you're seeing like a lot of them, you're noticing there can be a lot of variation between their masks.
God, they have like individualism.
Yeah.
Some that are triangles, others that are triangles. These little mollusks are not doing that. They're going. You're obviously being noticed as you walk by, but like No, it's not like there's a huge crowd gathering or anything.
Nobody's got a problem.
They're just kind of, yeah. And you're led through town, weaving between these stalagmites. And eventually you reach the biggest building of them all. It is a huge stalagmite, about the size of like a 3-story house. Like it's probably like 40 feet tall and a similar kind of width at the base. And a big door that would admit a mollusk that has a 7-foot tall shell. And you hear, in your head, please come in to the deliberation chamber.
We'd be honored.
And you walk in. And
We never solved Dan's taking 10. Or was it just like I would like to take 10 to include this thought process in my notes?
That's what I
Or
was kind of doing.
Okay.
Was which just gives me a 16. I didn't want to like slow things down with it, but just the idea was that I am using a 16 culture check to take, what a 16 would get me. Like you're basically writing things down about like their culture as we go through.
yeah, and you would be correct, by the way. In that taking 10, you would be like correct in thinking that there's a sort of prime directive adjacent principle of the Pact Worlds. Yes.
This is worth doing.
And
yeah.
Yeah, so maybe this place will be like a protected park.
That's what I'm
that
hoping.
Nobody can go to. Yeah.
right. So yeah, there is he slides he doesn't slide down the ramp like wee, but he,
That would be pretty cool
He
if he did.
snails.
he snail glorps his way down the ramp and eventually work your way down into this deliberation chamber. Inside this deliberation chamber, there is a circle where 7 of these mollusks are.
Damn.
And on the walls behind each of them are different intricate curvaceous shapes. And in the middle of the room, there is a dwarf who is short and stocky. He has kind of salt and pepper gray hair. Not like, really dwarf long. It extends about 4 inches down from his chin and fluffy outward, which is to say it's not like tailored in any way. It's all the same length the whole way around. Standing in the middle of this room, not fully gooped. His feet are gooped to the floor. His hands are gooped together.
Okay.
And his mouth and nose are gooped shut. So the leader here slides in front of him and turns around to face you and says, "Here's Gabriel. He is alive and well."
I thank you for that, at least. And out of character again, Tahira does have diplomacy, right? You're the...
No.
No,
No,
nobody
nobody
does.
Nobody
has
has diplomacy.
Cloudy has, I think, the most charisma, but it's all in bluff.
Botsias also a wild card when Cloudy's set to talk to anyone.
Yep.
This is true.
Actually, we are...
We're bandits. We're here to kill you.
we're merchants. We're here to... Would you guys like to buy...
Would you like to buy these mask faces that we?
Oh my god!
Yeah, I was thinking about the fact that we have one of their people's faces in our pockets. Don't worry.
Sigi says it's a great honor to have been invited down here to be the first true visitors to one of your to what must be a long tradition. These meetings. You seem to have a rich culture.
Your respect is noted and appreciated. And he nods his big long masked snail head to you and then picks it back up.
Well, we come from... I think you told me before that you misunderstood some of my terms. Spaceship, train, things like that. I do not know how much time you spend above the surface, if any, but the place where you live, it is but one world among many. And we have traveled from a different one, but there was a society of worlds, pact worlds, that could potentially help protect your people from humans and dwarves coming down and killing your guards and things out of malice.
The problem is much bigger than that.
Mm.
However, your words do bring me some peace. Our people are called the Ninods, and we have been here for a long, long time. 10 cycles ago, strange objects came down from the skies. I can only imagine that these are the spaceships of which you speak.
This is so. Yes. These were spaceships sent down because they believed that this planet had no sapient life upon it. That they thought this was a planet that they could to change for their purposes, so that my people kind of gestures around to like the rest of the group, like people of our type who live on this planet.
You have already come to explain much of the problem. After these spaceships came down, from that point on, there was a gradual change in the air quality, like nothing we had ever experienced before.
You do not breathe oxygen. Well, I'm sorry, this is a hard thing to explain. You breathe different gas, I think, than my people. Is that fair to say?
That is fair to say, but also there is a further complication, which I'd be surprised if you could guess.
The iron. The
If it-
iron that they are mining. It is your food source?
No.
I was just that was just a guess, I'm sorry.
You're on a roll there, yeah.
How upset does
Trying to
Siggy
guess,
look
yeah,
at
yeah,
being wrong?
He does look a
I-
little. No, it's more like
Like crestfallen.
no. When you're having
love
like a really
this.
good run in like a cart or like a dice game or something, it's more like you still like won a bunch, but you're just like, oh, that last one would have been like
beans.
Yeah.
way cooler if I would have got that
but
too.
but my next one will be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
No, once the beings such as yourselves, well, you came to inhabit our home, and the noise and disruption was an annoyance, to be sure.
Did you live on the surface before as well, or
We live within various mountains. However, we require going to the surface for food. As I was saying, the noise and disruption was annoyance enough. However, this change in the air had an unexpected consequence for us. You see, we have a defense mechanism which you may have come across in slaying my guards.
are you talking about when you guys turn into triangles?
You're never gonna live it down, Ben.
God damn it.
Yeah, the weird triangle thing.
Well, we change into a shape, yes, a different shape from our own. I guess triangle is a way you could say it. In times of great stress, we involuntarily transform into this state for a brief period of time. In that state, we are much faster, better equipped to defend ourselves. After a short time in safety, we will transform back into what we call our thinking form. Unfortunately, something about this change in air prevents us from being able to reform after entering our defensive form. When outside, entering this form is a death sentence, as we simply dissipate into the air.
We have to evacuate the planet.
The barriers at the entrances of our home do protect us from these side effects. However, this is only a short-term solution. We have to go to the surface for food, and we have stores to last us some time, but
But wait, what if you were to trade with the surface people for food? We could supply you with food in exchange for. They would happily, if you mined the iron from this mountain.
It is still ignoring the fact
can I have a diplomacy
I
check,
know that-
my
Tahira
friend?
might counter this in a
Well,
way that will not let this
yeah.
diplomacy check go off.
I know that this is only a temporary solution, I guess, but
I will let you roll before I say what
Make
I'm
your
gonna
check and then
say.
Tahira.
it's only I have
Yeah.
a +0 unless Ben's giving me any. I got a 10 flat. So like
Perfectly average.
As I said before, I do the circumstance bonus the other way, where I take it off the DC instead
okay,
of
fine, whatever.
I
telling
would
you.
still like to know if we've made a good argument because it feels like a nice little reward to be
Yeah.
told. I have
That's
no
fair. Maybe I
reservations.
should do it the other way. Okay, you've rolled your 10.
Because I feel like I made, I don't know, a pretty good.
to hear.
Okay. Yes, we'll call that a +2. And
I don't mean on that
Tahira, you have
specific
something
last
to say.
point, Jackie,
Yeah.
but just more just like the,
The rest of it,
the general
yes,
argument.
yeah.
But like this is just, and again, like I said, like this is like a temporary fix while like hopefully we can negotiate for people to just leave the planet totally. You know,
Yeah,
like
no, I hear you. I would love to hear the reaction to that 10 before Tahira speaks because, like, I'm just curious. Maybe not a verbal response so much as like a physical reaction before Tahira speaks.
It lolls its head as if it's thinking.
The thing that we do need to consider is the fact that we are in current and direct communication with a representative of the funding company of this particular venture. And I imagine their morals would keep them from demanding trade for something that should be a given right, like food, for people who have existed long before any other presence on the planet.
again, it's just a short-term solution. I think that we can sue with the Pact Worlds and prevent this entire operation. The Pact Worlds may require them to just withdraw from the planet based on this.
They've built like so many cities and
It doesn't
stuff.
matter.
It's not
Yeah, I
populated
guess.
beyond the workers, right?
Yeah, right now they built these cities
Yeah.
and they're full of workers, but
The workers can be removed. These
Exactly.
people deserve to have their home
No,
returned to them. I am simply saying that trade should not be required at any point because they were taken from. They deserve to have their things returned. And I am willing to fight for that, for you. Tahira says that final bit to the gathering of the snail leaders.
Yeah.
it could soften the deal if you were to allow them at least to maybe transport out the iron that they'd already mined, or I just the initial reaction I think from these people is going to be hostile, and something that could soften that. Of course, if you give us this prisoner back, that also would soften it. But you must understand what I'm saying, Ambassador.
Elder, you may call me.
Okay, yeah.
Respectful.
What is it you want? Tahira asks the snail council. The snouncil.
We. Your offer for trade is interesting. However, again, this is. Well, as you said, and he kind of nods towards Tahira, is our rightful land, and our preference would be to have that back. Unfortunately, aside from having these scant prisoners here, and even you, which again we intend you no harm, that's all we have. And so I would be willing to release Gabriel and the rest of them to your custody. However, you must return to me with a solution to our problem.
Let me ask you this, because I think your
Yes.
testimony would be extremely valuable in the Pact World. Would you come with us and go on a spaceship and return to Absalom Station with us?
Oh my god.
If we could provide the means for you to be provided with the proper atmosphere for the trip.
Is such a thing possible? Like, do we have the space on our ship?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
snail guy, yeah, we could bring.
I
him
think
on.
this requires another check, but I'm going to give you +5 on this one because you're kind of compounding in
Wow.
your convincingness.
So 20.
Ooh.
All right.
What is it?
20.
20 total. Beautiful.
20 total.
And 15's just pretty good, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, like a natural 15, even.
Okay. You will take me on one of these spaceships?
Possibly, yes. If we could find a way to, I mean, So you cannot breathe our normal air. Well, I mean, if we could determine the composition of the air in the area you breathe, it might require us to return with more experienced technicians. We do have a friend nearby who might be able to do some of these tests herself. She is very wise, I think, and more. Well, it's more like, I'm just trying to say, I think she's higher level than us, but like,
No, I loved I think. That's what I was laughing at. She is very wise.
I think,
I
yeah.
had one
I think.
conversation with her.
You heard her kind of patch in, and then as soon as you said, I think, she let go of the
she's
line.
like, she was going to say something, and then
yeah. Then she stopped. He's like, okay. And his big long tail comes around his body, and he says,
I reach my hand out towards his tail. I think for some reason that he's trying to do a tail to hand handshake.
you're not wrong
Okay.
here, because he says, I am going to subject you to a power that will make you tell only the truth.
Fair enough.
And you will tell me then, well, it will bring me security to know that what you're saying is true. You will make this promise, and then you may leave with the prisoners and return to me. Yeah, again, he makes his little verbal component, which is like, you could, now that you're like seeing him doing that, it's just like his little like body is like rippling on the floor to create this noise, and a kind of golden glow is at the tip of his tail, and his tail comes around to meet your claw. Are you going to succumb to this spell?
Yeah. I don't even, I allow it. I don't make the will, or if it's like one of those, like...
Yeah, it's touch of truth. What is it called? Touch of truth telling. Yeah, so zone of truth, the caster can't tell if you made the save or not, because it's not targeted. But touch of truth, you can. So you, succumb to it, and he says, you will return to me with a solution. Yes?
I will if I can. I hold out my hand and grab his tail and kind of like shake it up and down in a very dramatic, like, like way.
Yeah, his tail makes like kind of a flappy wave. And he says, okay, go in peace, and yes, return as soon as you can with a solution.
Thanks for listening to Signal Jammer. Starfinder is property of Paizo Inc. The theme song is Space Party by Matthew Krim. Sound effects and atmosphere provided by Pixabay.